What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It has been 3 weeks and the little boy is finally up and running. So here I am back to shrimpoly. First thing I saw was the plants on the ground, and it looks like all the plants that we are going to use for this shell tank. Moving in, and here is the shell tank with the driftwood, and here is some ingredients that we'll be using setting up this shell tank. So after cleaning up the tank, we tested out the water pump and find the best placement and setup for the water flow, basically the main water flow for this entire shell tank. So this mini water pump that you see here is 600 liters per hour, but that is nowhere near of what we need to keep this tank running healthier. So in the end, we switch up with 1000 liter water pump instead. So for this setup, we use this PVC board cardboard to act as a wall or a compartment that will seal all debris and stone chips from entering the compartment that could damage the water pump in the long run. This step was the very first step we started off planning, and we wanted the best setup as possible. So next up was the driftwood that we are gonna place in the middle as the main attraction. It is also will be the first thing that you will be concentrating with this entire skate. So we started off by using some silicone glue, but it took a long time for the glue to dry out. So in the end, Edmund took out, I'm not sure what this product called, but it is a form that it will harden and sticks or your hardscape that you want to make. It will basically harden up and secure your scape when it dries up in 5 to 10 minutes time, which I find it's interesting and very cool. The best thing is it is black instead of white like the silicone. So this thing is black, so it will camouflage much easier and better. We took quite some time while waiting for the driftwood to dry off with the foam that secures them in place. We proceed with the first substrate setup, where all the bacteria will be housed within the aquarium when it filled and running with water. So following above it is applying a thick layer of sphagnum moss. It will be absorbing water from beneath towards up for the plants that is growing above. As plants that we'll be using, it isn't aquatic plants, so they couldn't live in an environment that is covered with water, or else they will die. Before planting, we will be adding, what you see here is the Akadama soil. So after filling up with the soil, we proceed adding the substrate sand for the outer layer of the scape, which we'll be using brown river sand. I find this brown river sand quite special as it gives a very natural look for the entire tank that reminisces near the river banks. I'm sorry that I'm not sure what all these plants are called, because I wasn't the one that made the purchase, but I will be adding all the plant names in the video description below, so make sure you check it out if you're interested. So bringing this tank back was a pain in the ass. I only could drive like 20 to 40 as I wouldn't want to screw up this tank during the journey back home, as we spent a lot of time doing it. And after almost an hour, I finally reached back home and placed the tank where it's supposed to be temporarily at this moment. So what's next is I'll be installing a mist maker for this tank to make it look a little bit more tropical. And as for the livestock, I'm not pretty sure what I'm gonna add in this shell tank, as the water volume is quite low, so I'm not quite sure whether should I or could I stock too much fishes. But what I have in mind was maybe a school of pygmy cories. Edmund mentioned about vampire crabs, so maybe I should try out that as well. Shrimps, of course, probably will be a mix of neocardinas, as they are much more hardier for this setup. Or maybe if you have any suggestions that you think that it would be cool that I'll be adding it in this tank, please leave a comment below and suggest me of what you think that it will be cool to see in this tank. I really want to say thanks for all you guys for all the support towards this channel, so be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video and remember to share it out for me, guys. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't do so, guys. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. See ya.